2027 polls won't hold. Tinubu will be removed if Senate blocks transmitting election results electronically. SDP chieftain. Adewale Adebayo, the 2023 presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, has warned that the 2027 election may not hold if President Bola Tinubu and the National Assembly refuse to make electronic transmission of election results mandatory. Mr. Adebayo said any attempt to conduct elections without legally backing electronic transmission would undermine democracy and could trigger stiff resistance from Nigerians. Let me seize this opportunity to warn Senator Godswill Akpabio, Speaker Abbas, those who work in the National Assembly and President Tinubu. I can tell you that we are extremely serious and sensitive about this electronic transmission, Mr. Adebayo said Sunday on Arise TV. A group of senators on Thursday accused Senate President Godswill Akpabio of removing the provision for the electronic transmission of results from the electoral bills passed during Wednesday proceedings. He added, if they want the democracy to end on this subject, we will give it to them. They must put it, electronic transmission of results, because that's what people want, or they should resign and leave the place. If they think you are going to make a noise for 2 or 3 days and forget about it, we are not. If you don't do electronic transmission, if you don't put it in the law, this election will not hold and the government will leave. He insisted that Nigerians will not tolerate a return to manual collation of results. According to him, credible election depend on technology-driven transparency. They must put it. We are not joking. If we have to do whatever it takes to make them do it legally, because they are not acting legally, so we'll do it pragmatically. Mr. Adebayo explained, I can tell you we are gentle. We love the country. We want the system to run. But if they play a monkey game with us on this issue of electronic transmission, I don't mind contesting an election that is free and fair, and I lose. I will salute the winner. Mr. Adebayo accused the federal lawmakers of turning themselves into a set of electoral bandits. That's exactly what they are. Bandits. And hijacking every opportunity that the people want for peaceful improvement of our lot. Anyone who is skating and dancing around the issue of electronic transmission definitely has shown you the first warning that they don't want a free and fair election, the opposition politician stated. ADC chieftain David Mark recently specifically warned the Senate against usurping the powers of INEC ahead of 2027 election. Let's hope so. Olarunshola Oladamo says Nigerians' problem are created generally by the politicians and especially by the uneventful, lazy and self-defeated oppositions. They resorted to all forms of threats and failed woefully in the planning, development and management of their various political parties. The following questions are not answered by then. Are the membership registers fully computerized? Are the voting system fully electronic? Are all the wards and local governments fully computerized and have servers? It's something that can be implemented. It is something that can be implemented. Peter says, yes, so nobody will vote if electronic voting is removed by APC. Nigeria needs electronic voting or no voting, period. Wellwin says, empty bragging, most of them may be behind bars by then. A church board says electronic transfer or not will vote Tinubu. Fatisi says that should be the case if the Senate refuse to do the needful. I believe they have seen the handwriting on the wall clearly to know that we will not tolerate being taken for granted. I hope people do not tolerate it this time around. Daniel said it was used for the previous election. Obi won. Was it given? We shall use it and Tinubu will still win. What is funny? Like, you people are saying things that do not make sense. And you are laughing. Now wow. Chuko Dioko says, no real-time electronic transmission of results. No election. Nigeria must work. Abdulaziz says, unfortunately, the people you think will remove him are the same people blocking the electronic transfer. We know now. We know. Ima says, Nigerians wake up and stand boldly for justice and credibility. Old politicians must all go back to their villages to develop their lands and create jobs for the youths. Oladipo Stephen says electronic transmission is good. Manual counting of the polls and declaration of elections at the polls also good. But INEC must be very careful. I sense they have a ground plan that can hack INEC servers and even declare results before INEC. They will not mind bringing in professional hackers. President Tinubu, your opposition mean business. They are crying vengeance. Be on guard spiritually and mentally. You hear this, man? Change strategy. God is with you. You hear this, man? You hear this, man? Sunday says, would Adebayo be specific about which way Tinubu would be removed? The statement needs more elucidation, please. Bashiokon says, if the senators are truly representing their people, they will do what the people want, but with the transmission, it seems they are there to protect the APC government. America Victor says, is this the policies they say he knows? William says, so what happens now? The people did not block the electronic transmission of vote. You are too full of yourself, Mr. Noah. Samara says, God bless you for that. It needs to be removed if they refuse it. Iwechiku says, I'm in total support. No more again. Blessing says, I'm totally in support of any move that will make our elections free and fair. However, it baffles me when I see people making statements like this one that can land them in underground cells. People keep capitalizing on the easygoing nature of the president, forgetting that soon someone can be made a scapegoat. Who will they make a scapegoat? I beg, let's hear what. Princess Oluchi says, Nigerians are wiser now. I hope so. I really hope so. Dr. Fikumi says, Galadima, a political neophyte. Inamu says, we want to see the presidential candidate that is popular for 2027. Not by your anything, you must bring back the electronic transmission. Please, my people, if somebody is taking a enabled thing, we have to support the person. This is not a content. It's something that will benefit us as a country. Okay? Already on Seminar, it says nothing will stop the election irrespective of the tug of war happening in the Senate. APC has the majority, so anything that would wreck them wouldn't be entertained. Uwagunu says, I want to remind you people that Tinubu is the best president this country had witnessed. You are joking. Since the history of democracy, most of Guy states are in chaos, and you are here online telling the world that you fixed 36 states. That worry is a simple matter. Legalize electronic transmission. It affects all political parties, not just APC. And listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.